Tonight was a night that I didn't expect we would get this type of news, but we have brand new fur hire support in Burst Protocol. So let's take a look at it and let's talk about it. And honestly, I have never liked fur hire because they are in that uncanny valley area where it makes me creeped out. But honestly, let's get over that and let's talk about them. So first off, we have Gale Fur Hire, a brand new level 5 wind dinosaur effect monster with 2000 attack and 1200 defense, and you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You can reveal this card in your hand, special summon one monster for hire from your hand, except Gale for hire, then special summon this card. So it's kind of like Holly Sue being able to reveal another monster in the hand to summon it out, and then you just be able to go off. And then if a card is added from the deck to your opponent's hand by a non-for hire card's effect, and you control another monster for hire, you could draw one card. That effect is not a hard once per turn, so you can just immediately draw as much as you can. And it would be very interesting to see how this would go into play with the runic cards, because honestly, being able to use them to force your opponent to draw a card realistically is really good. So next up, we have a brand new link monster being Keel Shipwright for hire. It is a link to water sea serpent effect monster with 1800 attack that points left and bottom. It takes two monsters with different types, and you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is link summoned, you could set one spell or trap for hire, or one Fandora, the flying fortress, from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except for hire monsters. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, and if you do, special summon one monster for hire from your hand. Then, if your opponent controls a monster with highest original attack on the field, even if tied, you could special summon a second such monster. So being able to summon out a monster for free by banishing this card from your graveyard is pretty good. And then you get to summon out a second one on your opponent's turn is really, really great. But overall, this Link 2 is going to be very useful for a lot of the combos. And realistically, you don't need to activate the first effect, so Runic for hire is still an option. Next up, we have Fandora, the Fearsome Flying Fortress. It is a brand new field spell for the deck, and this card is always treated as a fur hire card, and you can only use the second and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. Monster for hire you control gain 300 attack for each monster for hire you control with a different name. During your main phase, you can add one monster for hire from your deck to your hand and discard one card, being able to fix a lot of your hands, which is very good. If a face-up monsters for hire you control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon one monster for hire from your deck. Being able to search out any for hire monster is really good, and honestly is really useful, even with the discard, because you could set up your graveyard perfectly fine with your other cards, which honestly is really great. And if your opponent gets rid of something by a card effect, you could just replace it with either the same copy or another copy of the monster destroyed, or you could just summon out something new. So realistically, this is a really good field spell. It's better than the old Fandora, and I cannot wait to see how this affects the deck in the future. Next up, we have Storm for Hire, a brand new quick play spell for the deck, and you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. If you control no monsters, special summon one level 4 or lower monster for hire from your deck. Then, if your opponent controls two or more monsters, you can special summon one monster for hire from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except monster for hire. So, literally, the first effect is really good. You have no monsters, you can special summon a level 4 or lower for hire monster from your deck. But if your opponent has two or more monsters on that they control, you can special summon an additional, or you can summon any for hire monster from your deck. So realistically, that's a really good card. And if a for hire monster would discard a card to activate its effects, you could banish this card from your graveyard instead of discarding one of those cards. So this just makes a lot of them better. And honestly, it's good for pure for hire. You could definitely also use it in runic for hire as kind of on your opponent's turn if they get rid of your fusion monster. But honestly, it's still a really good card. And finally, we have Secret Technique of For Hire being a brand new continuous, or being a normal trap card, I mean. And you can only use one of the first and second effect of this card's name per turn, and only once that turn. Target face-up cards on the field up to the number of monster for hires you control with different names, destroy them, or if you control a level 8 for hire, or level 8 or higher, and a link 3 or higher monster for hire, you could banish them instead. So this literally says, oh, you need to control Raphael and the Folco to let this resolve. If a level 8 or higher and or level or link 3 or higher monsters for hire is special summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. So being able just to recur it for free back to your hand is good. It's weird that it doesn't set to the field, but honestly, it has the same application in my opinion, even though it makes a turn slower. So what do I think about the new For Hire support? It's really good support for the deck, and it helps out the pure version, and it also helps out the hybrid versions if you're running them. And overall, they're really good cards, and we have confirmed that Rex For Hire is a Chocobo. So do that as you will, and I'll see you all in the next video.